run. Oh, man, that's going to make for a long night. Looks like Kirby's starting to gain just a little bit of ground there on Barry. Got it down to about between 7.5 and 0.8 of a second now. Kirby starting to run down Barry just a little bit by little bit here. Kirby more running kind of the middle lane through the corners right now.
All right, what I think this is probably, and yeah, in the wall he
And
goes.
now he's in the wall.
What I was gonna say is this was probably gonna be that high line is probably gonna be a passing line just once. Like if you have to get around somebody, go up there like for one lap, get a huge run, then get right back down to the bottom of the track. You don't want to stay up there though. We'll see what Wayne Scott does, however.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just not so sure that even the run off of the corner now, Barry or Dennis Kane in the wall. We got a caution here. But I was gonna say, I don't even think the run that you can get off of that top side is gonna be strong enough to maybe even make a pass up there on the top side, at least at this point.
I don't. I don't know if that,
Oh.
did he try to break here, or is he just? See, this is weird here because he slid up in front of this 24.
Yeah, he cleared himself in front of the 24, and then don't know if maybe there was a little bit of contact from the self clear and just got loose, shot down, but
Nope, it was already loose before. And you already can't turn like that, and to get on the brakes is gonna make it even worse. I don't think he was hit because I'm pretty sure when he came up in front of the 24, his rear end was already still sliding because it's gonna look like it, but audio wise, I didn't
yeah.
see it.
Yeah, as I said, maybe just a little arrow loose from that
Yeah, he didn't get
yeah,
touched.
right there, yeah. Didn't get touched. It was just like an arrow loose from that sudden change in air and just got him really loose right there.
They'll send people down pit road. I think everybody will come down pit road because they probably want to get these tires off.
Yeah, I gotta see if we have. Okay, this caution flag is in my way.
They'll keep the lead coming off pit road. Wayne Scott will be right behind him. I think he might get beat looking at how Wayne Scott was able to get into his pit box. Yeah, he's gonna be close. Oh, he's gonna get the lead. I think.
As I say, I'm now looking, and yeah, these guys have, I believe, 4 sets of tires over the wall, so which is going to work out fine because I mean, if the tires are wearing in 20 laps, you can pretty much come every 20, even though the fuel you get, around 35. I think tires are going to be more important than fuel tonight. So you go 20, 40, 60, 80, and have about a 25 lap run to the finish.
First caution tonight, and Wayne Scott did win that race off pit road. Nelson lost one. Roy, I think, gained one. Blocky, I think, gained some. Biggest mover is
Right, Truth
Luttrell.
gained the most. I was say Truth back up to 5th there after falling back to, not sure how far back he fell, but
Now I think they're gonna probably adjust their line. They're gonna say, "Hey, let's not go top side. It is not a good idea. Just get out of that area the whole entire time."
yeah, so these guys are going to have to try to recalculate some things and try to figure out how to make these tires last just a little bit longer than what they have. I mean, track temp has increased 2 degrees since the start of this race, but still, for a track temp to be this low, it's currently 74 right now. I mean, it's going to chew the tires up no matter what, but
So he said it will be Wayne Scott, Nelson, Hope, Lockett, Teff, and Luttrell. Front 3 rows. And Andrew Teff, Fennell, Eisburn, Norton, Fettig, Kane, Troy, and Ode is coming on track finally. Gotta catch it into
So
the
this is going
field
to give,
here.
I say this caution is going to give Andrew a little bit of a break there. He, like I said, he started from the pits for some reason. He was about 8 seconds back from the rest of the field for that caution, so it's going to put him right back in the mix now.
Pace truck does pull in. Car's gonna have the flag in his hand, and the green flag is back in the air. We are back underway. Wayne Scott gets a pretty good jump on the field on that one. He's off and away.
Yeah, got a real good jump there on that top side. You got to keep it up there. Looking to look down the track through the center of the corner. About that mid line. So it's going to be interesting to see if guys still choose to run that top side or not.
I don't know. I think they will. But I don't know. I'd almost stay off it just seeing how the tires fell off that hard. Especially now everybody's running that high line. It's going to be hard aero-wise, too. You're not going to be able to turn.
Yeah, like I said, so far, I mean, I haven't noticed really any kind of a benefit to running that top side. I mean, normally you have that necessity, you have that benefit of that run off the corner, but I'm just not even seeing that strong run off the corner yet from that top side.
28.
They're now looking down to the inside of the 28.
Gonna be able to get side by side. Oh, I thought he was. He was very, very close to getting side by side with him. X got to defend a little bit now because that 93's chasing him from behind.
Zach's gonna send it in deep on the bottom through one here. See what kind of a difference these lines are making right now. Truth able to stay with him, but again, just not a super, super strong run off the corner. Zach's able to hang with him on the inside right there.
Staying on the bottom, see if Nelson comes down. Oh, almost a little bit of dorsal lane between the two. I think Truth is getting a little bit of a draft from Nelson in front of him. Lockett needs to get this pass done. As
Nelson in the wall.
Yeah, Nelson moving himself in the wall. If Lockett can get 2 for 1. I think he'll get this pass done here. I think he'll be able to get in pretty deep on Nelson. Needs to just send it in there. As looks like he's going to get it done, and he will. Slides up in front of him. Lock it up to second. See, Nelson's going to maybe come back with something here. He's going to throw his hat in the ring.
See Kirby get a little bit of the wall on him.
He may have just got it again off the exit.
That's starting to close in on him a little bit here. Jack looking to go side by side for the lead here.
He can get it done in this corner. I don't think he's going to be able to. I think Wayne Scott's going to be able to keep up momentum. It's going to be close if he does. Not able to. So he'll have to try this next corner again.
I said right now, what I'm saying, 3 and 4 is like the spot to make the move. I mean, it seems like through 1 and 2, both lanes are kind of just even, but it looks like 3 and 4 just got a little bit of an advantage to the bottom side. Zach able to get the pass made, but not cleared quite yet. Still going to go side by side into 1.
I think Lockett needs to kind of walk it up the track here on exit, and he will finally get that lead as Wayne Scott thought about a crossover move. Not close enough to make it, though. Definitely gave it a look. He was thinking, can I do a crossover? Get this position again? Just not close enough.
I'll tell you, all the races I've seen run here at Kansas, I've never seen like the track kind of running like this tight. I mean, normally, you know, you go to make the pass, one lane is definitely more dominant than the pass made. And just here, you really got to work at it to make any kind of a pass. I've never really seen that out of Kansas.
Ellis is making some moves. Luttrell's up 9 positions still. He's riding 4th. His last lap time was a 30:33. It's one of the fastest on track compared to Lockett. Lockett's still trying to run away from Wayne Scott, though. Wayne Scott's still trying to get the position.
Yeah, I was like, Kirby's not really going anywhere.
I think if you're Wayne Scott, though, you got to try something different. Maybe, honestly, enter a little bit higher. He's kind of entering at a straight line, like going at the wall. He's not really following the wall. I think that's kind of hurting him on his entry. I think Lockett's also, there's a little bit of mind game being played. I don't think that Lockett is letting Wayne Scott know until the last second, and I think there's also kind of that thought in his mind. Maybe he will go bottom, but he kind of has to decide at the last moment what he's going to do.
Yeah, that got a really good run there off the corner, able to gap Kirby just a little bit. Now we see Barry Nelson back here trying to potentially take a look to the inside of Kirby here coming up.
Yeah, I think the run in the high line has hurt now again, so I would not be running the high line. I'd be staying very, very far away from that, because it is evidently not working.
Yeah, I would say at the most maybe that midline right now where Kirby's kind of at, but I would not run the top right now. Zach's now starting to really pull away. Got that gap to about 7/10 now. Now Barry to the inside of the 10 again, coming off of 4. Looks like maybe Kirby's tires are already starting to kind of fall off just a little bit. 13 laps back in on these sets of on this set of tires since the caution.
Nelson's not able to get this done here. No, well, Wayne Scott put himself on the wall to be able to get it done. Thought he wasn't. He might lose 2 positions here.
Yeah, Luttrell looking to take advantage here in the 36.
Really wish I had the opportunity to see what those tires look like wear-wise, because they are, I think they're done again. I think they have been basically just cooked off at the moment.
Yeah, as I said, I mean, Kirby's ran that, he's ran that top side since the drop of the green flag again, and now starting to fall back already. Like I said, we're 14 laps in since he got these tires, already showing that wear. I mean, I would definitely not be up there on that top side. I wouldn't have been up there. I wouldn't have been up there after the caution, after knowing what my tire wear was being up there.
Yeah, and I would have probably tried to be, I go back to the bottom just to try to see if you can get that rear end to kick out again. Probably help with that tight condition, but I don't know.
So he's still sticking to that top lane. I'm pretty like Zach there out front. I mean, he's gone to the bottom all the way around now for the most part. I think so is Barry and Steven. That's back to the bottom now on 1 and 2, where they were running up top of 1 and 2. So Lockett's moved down the track, Barry's moved down the track, Luttrell's moved down the track.
Yeah, Alex Teff is trying to get this position on Wayne Scott. I think he'll get it. Lap times right now, we got guys running 30, 60s, 36.7, 35.3, 36.1, and then that's the top 4. And then after that, it just goes to 38, 38, 31.08, 30.62, 30.78. A little bit faster that lap on that one. A little bit of a mind game being played here, though, with Nelson and Luttrell. These two trying to battle for second.
And you know what? They're kind of working together, and I think maybe their draft is helping them a little bit, because they're slowly, Barry Nelson's slowly catching the back of Zach. I think they cut off about 2/10 over the last 2 laps here, so about a 10th a lap. Zach's tires may also be starting to give out, or else maybe Zach's doing a little bit of saving.
And I guarantee you, Luttrell's probably, he might have it here. You got a really good exit going in the corner, unless they're going to try to see if they can shove each other.
As I said, they might be better off to work together and try to catch up to Zach here, and then battle it out after.
I think
they were also closing in on the potential of seeing another pit stop. We're closing in on 20 laps since these tires were put on, so we may see guys doing 20 laps just to keep that fresh rubber on the tires.
Yeah, we're kind of looking at their lap times right here. They're still running slower than Lockett. See that time? They were a little bit faster than that lap Nelson was, a 400th of a second. I was going to say, I don't think they're working together. It looks like Luttrell's trying to get ahead as they race down the backstretch, just so this would give Lockett an even bigger lead.
Well, I was going to say, I tell you what, I was saying Nelson had that gap down to about a half a second, and as soon as Latrell went side by side with him, that gap went up to 8 tenths. So they lost three tenths of a second as soon as Latrell put them side by side. They didn't get that pass done there on Barry taking over P2.
Yeah, Andrew Teff back. He's not been as much of a factor as I thought he would be. I mean, he does have half the race to go, but it's lap 43 of 105 and getting close to halfway as Wayne Scott is toast to those tires. He is dropping like a rock.
Yeah, the one thing I know to say about Andrew there, you know, he is really, really good with his tire savings. So this may be a little bit of a strategy, kind of lay back a little bit, try to figure out a way of saving some of these tires, so that if some of these guys do start coming down to pit early, um, you know, for fresh tires, he can kind of stay out just a little bit longer, and then maybe by the end of the race, he'll have fresher tires than what everybody else will. I know Andrew likes to play his tire strategies, so I'm sure the wheels in the head are spinning right now.
I almost be worried though, because I feel like he's taking just too long in terms of just like I don't know. They went green back at what, lap 24 ish, something like that, and
Yeah, they've been green for 23 laps now, going on 24. So
he's only up to fifth. Lap times, I mean, he's a tenth faster these like that last lap speed is this lap. Got 30.69s, 30.78, and we got a 30.66. So he's faster than some of them, others not. His brother up there though, he's actually a little bit faster than. He's actually the fastest one on the track, 30.45. So I think these two in front of Alex Teff have hooked their tires, so they can't turn anymore.
So I think I just heard Kirby say he's coming to pit road, so we might start seeing some green flag cycles here.
I was gonna say that he's probably gonna have to come down pit road because Wayne Scott was just dropping immediately so quickly.
See if that's going to start drawing in anybody else now. I haven't heard anybody else call out that they're going to be pitting.
It'll be about a 22-lap run. I think it's really just where Wayne Scott was running the top. It just beat up the tires heavily on him.
Yeah, I'm sure those tires are absolutely toasted. Where is he?
Trail is running Lockett down here, though. He's not letting Lockett get too far from him. He's got it under a second at the moment, so he's definitely got the car.
Yeah, I've kind of been watching that gap, and yeah, I mean, he's got about a tenth on him. Every now and again, it blips to about 2, but it looks like it's actually kind of holding pretty steady. Keeps kind of fluctuating between 8 tenths and 9 tenths.
It looks like he's not as good in 3 and 4 as Lockett, but Lockett's a little bit worse than him in 1 and 2, so it does even out. See what they do this time by. I want to see what he gains going in 1 and 2. Yeah, I mean, he definitely does gain a really big amount. I can see it, and then he loses it on that one. So maybe he was just diving that front end in really aggressively. He lost all that time that he gained there pretty quickly.
Gap's still showing at about 9 tenths of a second, so pretty even that lap, it looks like, overall.
Alex slowly working his way up there again still.
Steve got a little bit of a better run into 3 and gained another tenth, so now the gap's holding steady at 8 tenths.
Alex able to more because he's still the fastest car, or one of the fastest cars on track. Stuck behind Nelson here at the moment, so we might kind of have that fall back a little bit. He's staying really, really close to the bottom. He's a huge lead, or huge run there, but
Leaders on pit road.
Yeah, lock it down pit road. I saw the timing start to change. The locket finally comes down after 23-ish laps. Where he comes out. That'll give Luttrell the lead. Alex Teff might be able to get a spot on Nelson here. Now, the question is, do you run it long or you run it short?
Well, we're about almost about 50, almost to 50 to go here. I mean, you could do 30 and 20, could do 25, 25. There's definitely different options that you can make. Looks like Luttrell's going to be coming down this time here.
If Nelson gives him the room that he needs. No, that was close. I don't know if he's not going to get it down to pit road speed in time. If he does, it's going to be, yeah, he definitely, no.
I think he might have had it.
Gosh, I don't know how he got that down to pit road speed because he was coming in hot. I don't see a black flag either. So he somehow got it down. I don't know how he did that.
Not only that, he almost hit the commitment cone there, too.
Yeah, he was definitely getting all he could coming in, that's for sure. There's no doubt about that. See what these two do, see if they battle or decide to sort it out quickly.
Let's see what this gap here is going to be. Lockett's getting ready to pass Luttrell now. Luttrell coming out of the pits. This gap's going to be pretty big between Lockett and Luttrell now after that pit stop. Right now, I'm looking at about a 2.8 second gap just between Lockett and Luttrell. Once this pit cycle cycles out, and well, I think Lockett's going to have himself a decent-sized lead where he can conserve a little bit of tire if he wanted to, and try to play that long game, you know.
See, I don't know. Now that they're not like running nose to tail. I mean, Nelson's still running 30.74. I mean, but whereas Lockett ran at almost a 30 flat. It's a big time difference, but he's hoping that staying out it'll even out with staying out as long as he will. Here. I don't know. I mean, I feel like Lockett may have went early, though. Just looking at how long everybody else is staying out. He's like 54. It's now 59. Nobody... sorry. Petty came before him. But with all of this, no one else is coming down pit road. They're all running it long, and I think he's going to be kind of off-cycle compared to everybody else. Will hurt him.
Yeah, so just have to see how it plays out. Coming up on lap 60, which would leave 44 to go. I mean, it could be it is just a one-stop race after this. So, I mean, yeah, these guys playing it long right now, yeah, they may have the advantage. They got to come one more time, and then Lockett's got to come one more time. I'm trying to think what the max. But out there, 30, 39. I don't know. I mean, these guys, fuel-wise, I don't know. I've been hearing about 35 to 37 on fuel. Alex Teft and Andrew Teft have been out there for 39 laps, so they've got to be getting low on fuel. We're at lap 60. Lockett at lap 7. Gonna put him.
Well,
10-ish laps short.
Thing with the fuel is that's going to increase because they're, I mean, evidently, because as the tires wear, they have to. They're just going to slow down a bit naturally.
Right, you're gonna
So
save a little
probably
bit.
add about 3 laps to that. That's
Barry,
being generous.
let's say Barry Nelson 28 is going to be coming down.
He is kind of quick right speed and time. Looks like he will. A lot smoother than who else was it that did that came in smoking?
Latrell there.
Yeah, Luttrell. A lot smoother than him. We'll put Alex Teft to the lead. See Andrews running right behind him. We'll see when Alex
Teft called out. He's coming.
Gonna say, yeah, they're both pretty low on the track.
Eisman's coming.
They
Let's see this pit cycle finish out.
Just don't want to plow into each other.
Yeah. Dental pitting.
Nice and in. Eisbren, nice and in. Alex still gonna continue to run it. If I was Alex, I'd run it as long as I can on that tank of fuel. I would just want that tire advantage that you can get. I feel like that'll just benefit you way more.
Yeah, especially here tonight. I mean, the tires are definitely going to be the advantage for you. And now he's coming in. I mean, now that everybody's kind of spread out, I mean, you can almost go off of the idea that we're going to go green to the finish here. So, let me see. Lockett's currently on 11 laps since his pit stop. Guys were able to go 41. So that puts him about 30 laps from now. Yeah, it's going to put him about 10 laps short, like I said before.
And the thing with kind of looking at the tires, Lockett, you said 11 laps. He came out running a 30. He's already down to 30.56. He's already dropped 5/10 out. That could be him not wanting to burn the tires, but there's definitely a difference to seeing that, maybe fall off is really, really, really quick.
Yeah. I say currently, I mean, it looks like right now he's got about a 3.8 second lead over Latrell in second there, so I'm just trying to think, like, if I was in Lockett shoes and I knew how long those guys landed out this time, I might short, I don't know if I would short pit it, or if maybe I take a gamble and go long, come in and short pit the final and take 2 tires and try to keep that track position. Because, I mean, even though these guys are pitting late here, it's going to be close for them on fuel, I think.
Got a black. Norton has a black flag. Probably speeding coming in, if I had to guess. I didn't really watch his, but Lockett has a 4-second lead. And we've got Alex, who came in at lap 64. He is 8 seconds behind. Last lap was a 30.55. He's a little bit faster this lap. It's going to be even. Let's see what he runs here. 61, 30, 68, 30, 75. A little bit slower. And Andrews hot lapping it right now. I'd almost maybe lay off a little bit just because how long he has to go. I mean, he's got 37 laps to go, so I don't know what the move's going to be here. There's so many options on the table that guys can do.
There are, but I'm sitting here I'm doing the math in my head here, and I'm thinking if we go green to the end, I think Lockett and Latrell are going to be in trouble because they are going to have to come down pit road again where like Andrew Teft and the guy, Barry Nelson, the guys who stayed out longer, they may not have to come back down. And I don't know if they come down with, say 10 or 15 to go, if even with the fresh tires, it's going to be enough because they're going to be a lap down. So I don't know that having those tires at the end like that are going to be beneficial if this thing stays green.
We'll have to find out. And here's the thing too. When we're thinking, no cautions will come out.
Right. Yeah. That's green to finish scenario.
And that's not always what happens. I mean, we get wrecks all the time that, you'll be driving like, oh, I have a perfect strategy and this and that, and then caution comes out and you're like, well, throw that out the window. Gotta do something else differently.
Absolutely. Lockett's still extending that lead out up to almost 5 seconds now over the trail.
Andrew's running some really, really fast lap. He's running 60, ran a 60, 63 before, 60, 30 before. This is 60, 69. And that's still a 2/10 faster than the guys in front of him. He's also caught Alex, so he'll be getting a little bit of a draft here down the backstretch now, though. Keep that in mind.
Kirby Wainscott coming out of the pits here. Not sure if something happened to him or if he just came down maybe making a final pit stop now. Thinking maybe the strategy might play into his hands here. It's always one of the fun parts of doing this broadcasting is trying to figure out what everybody's strategies are. What's going on in their heads, throughout this whole race, what the strategies are. And all we can do is play a guessing game.
And the whole it's somewhat of a guessing game. I guess kind of more of experience too. You're like, what the tires are doing. You also know the fuel, so it's kind of like fuel, tires, fuel. They say screw it, and then just go with whatever. I mean, that's really what matters is you have to weigh the cost and benefits. Is it worth it or is it not worth it?
Yeah, exactly. So just now that these guys are spread out as they are, I don't know. I'm not sure, like I said, I'm not sure that having the fresh tires at the end are really going to be too beneficial. Not if you got to make up a lap.
Yeah, well, I mean, the only thing that maybe benefits you at that point is if they pop the tire. I mean, I don't think they're going to be getting that close, is popping tires at all. I think they'll be close to it, but I don't think they'll be having to deal with it too much.
Yeah, unlike what we saw there last week from New Hampshire, with guys were blowing the tires. And
yeah, I don't think that'll be happening.
I know one of the guys that blew a tire there last week is not here tonight, and that's Kinsley Smith. And that's kind of surprising considering he's right in the thick of this championship battle.
He's from the South. That sounds stupid. Hello. I
think, yeah. I'm pretty sure he's from around the North Carolina area.
Yeah, I'm from Virginia. I mean, I'm really close to North Carolina, but they're talking about all
getting hammered with that snowstorm.
Yeah, and everybody's freaking out, buying everything in the world that they can get, which is really, really weird, to be honest with you. They're buying stuff.
Buy all the toilet paper.
Yeah, that was, I never understood that during COVID. Like you could buy vitamins, medicine, but toilet paper. Yep. Toilet paper is what you do.
Yeah. No matter the situation, you still gotta wipe your ass.
Yeah, people are not too bright. How it is though.
The one funny story I had from that was I remember during all that buying up of the toilet paper and stuff like that. Where I lived at that time, I was living down by Pittsburgh, and there was never a toilet paper shortage at any of the stores around where I lived.
Yeah,
And
I think that all the stuff they're talking about, those shortages, because like I'm like, there's no shortage. I think it's these big cities that they blow it up to be that. I'm like, it's not
right,
happening.
yeah, yeah. So I remember the one time I just bought a fresh pack and Lockett now coming down pit road for the final time with 25 to go. But I took a picture of a roll of the toilet paper and I back then I was a big collector of like baseball cards and football cards, NASCAR, racing card, a big
Yeah,
big card collector. And that was the big blow up was all these stores out of toilet paper. So I took a picture of one of the rolls of toilet paper and I put it on one of the Facebook pages I was a part of for the sports card stuff. And I said, I'll trade. I got a nice plush roll of 2-ply here that I'll trade for a Mantle rookie PSA 10. Everybody lost their minds laughing about it.
yeah. Talking about trading cards, I was down in Knoxville like 2 weeks ago, and walking through, there's like 4 trading card stores, but only one of them had NASCAR cards, and I was gonna buy some Jeff Gordon cards that were there signed, but out of all the cards that they had, I never would have thought they had a signed Dale Earnhardt Sr. card from 1998 with his signature on it. That was like certified his signature, and I was like, oh my god, it was like $800 down there.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one thing. Like I don't have where I'm at now. I don't have a lot of sports card stores around me. I think there's one um, about 40 minutes from me. But when I lived down there in Pittsburgh, there were 3 or 4 right in the general area of where I live. And I used to go there all the time. And I don't think any of those even uh, had any kind of like racing trading cards, like the NASCARs or the IndyCar. I just don't know why racing trading cards aren't as big as what the other sports are. I
They're
mean,
just not
I'm
worth
on
enough.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised at what people are actually getting for some. I mean, I'm members of groups and stuff on Facebook, and my goodness, I mean, I've seen, Haley Deegan. I mean, her stuff blew up. You take some of these top drivers like your Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, stuff like that. You get like cards that have like patch autos, and they're a limited print. My God, people are paying, hundreds of dollars for them, and I'm like, it's cardboard.
I actually opened it because there's a Target near us that sells the packs. I opened a William Byron patch, and I gave it to a guy that was a William Byron fan because I'm a Jeff Gordon fan. That will never be William Byron's car. But that's the only good thing I've got. And then I got a piece of Kyle Larson's Burnout for a patch card, which is like $3. So I was like, oh yeah, so much money
Yeah,
in this right here. Look at this.
yeah. Well, like I said, and a lot of the value, and I think it's so stupid how it works, but so much of the value comes based off of what set the card comes from. Your National Treasures series will always be more valuable than like Top Series 1, or like whatever, because you can't buy National Treasures at a Walmart or a Target, you know but you can buy Top Series 1, or you could buy Donruss or Panini, whatever, at Walmart. Those cards are not going to have your value. Your value is what's coming out of like hobby boxes, where there's case hits and all this other big stuff that all these collectors blow up to make these things seem like they're more valuable than what they really are. They're all cardboard in the end.
Up and dunk teams.
Hmm.
Hype them up, and then they sell them quickly.
Yes, sir.
I have to keep an eye on Lockett and Latrell though. Latrell is 5 seconds behind Lockett. He came down a lap after him on that. So I think Latrell's got such a big lead that if these guys have to pit, I don't think they'll have a chance. But I think they're going to try to stretch their fuel as long as they can.
Oh,
Because
absolutely. Zach currently working on Barry Nelson, Trevor Fettig, and then he's got Andrew Tepps, who's currently in second in front of him. This is to get his lap back. And if these guys are able to stretch the fuel, stretch the tires to finish this thing off, Zach's going to have to get an entire lap back in a matter of 24 laps.
Yeah, I
20
don't think
laps. We're,
so. We're at 17 to go.
yeah. So I mean, there's just no way that without at least without a caution that these guys are going to be able to get back around and pass the Tefs who are 1 and 2 right now. I mean, Lockett's running down Andrew right now for second place. Going to get by him and then chase down Alex to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. But if the Tefs are able to stay out, there's no chance that Zach's going to be able to get back around in that short of time. Right now, let's see. Alex and Andrew are on 26 and 27 lap old tight. Go 41. We're at 14 to go. That's gonna put them right on the bubble. Gonna put them right around that 40 lap mark. They were able to pull 41 that last stint, so it's gonna be close.
Roll the dice. I mean, you've made your bet at this point. You're not coming down pit road.
Point, yep, not yet. You're running it out of fuel, or you're running it to the checkered flag at this point.
Either I run out, I make it, I'm clutching it, I'm doing something to try to get there as long as you can.
Yep.
Well, imagine he runs out like the lap before. That'd be the most frustrating thing.
I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen on the final lap.
Yeah, there's one race I ran. I probably stretched it like 9 laps further than what it was supposed to go. And you talk about like staring at my fuel. I had such a gap, but I mean I was 1/3 of the throttle for some laps, trying to save enough fuel for it. And that was the most stressful race I've ever had, trying to manage that fuel. And that very well may be what it comes down to today.
Yeah, I think at least in the sake of the Tefs here, I think that's exactly what they're trying to do here. It's gonna be close. We'll see if they can make it work. Lockett's still not able to get around Alex Teft yet to even get his lap back yet. So maybe Zach's tires 12 laps in already starting to fall off.
Zach around.
He's P8.
He's trying to get around me. He's having to deal with Nelson, and also this is probably helping Alex as much as it is helping everybody else. Start to kind of aero block a little bit.
That's how I'm sure Zach's starting to get a little bit frustrated.
Yeah, I'm somebody who's like, if I was Alex, I'd be doing the exact same thing. I would be annoying as I could be trying to hold those guys up, because you know that you're not going to dump pit road. If you can just make it, if you can slow them down like this, it's just going to help you.
Yep. Just got 9 to go here.
Yeah, actually, can't be messing around too much because Andrew's right behind him, less than a second behind.
Yep. Like I said, right now, I mean, 9 to go, coming to 8. If I was Alex, I'd go, don't battle Zach. Let Zach by. Just let him go, because he ain't going to catch back up to you. And try to manage this gap to your brother here.
Andrew's running a little bit faster laps, but he's also got probably a little bit of a draft that he's pulling from Lockett in front of him. He's got 8 laps to go, and I don't think he has enough time unless Alex completely slips up and does something just egregious to mess up.
Yeah, so right now, as it stands, this is Alex's race to lose, I think.
Yeah, just don't make it a huge mistake. That's easier said than done.
Exactly. Especially as these tires get more and more worn as this race closes to the finish.
we're just gonna have to keep an eye on Andrew here. Pretty much, that's the guy we'll be looking at for the rest of this race because he has to go and get Alex, but he's just not close enough. He's about a little bit over 8 tenths behind, and his laps are a little bit faster, but I just don't think he can get there. And faster that lap. Alex has kind of a buffer car between them, though, so I think that'll end up helping him.
I was saying, if Andrew's able to make this thing stretch to the finish, I mean, pretty sure he's going to take over the points lead from Lockett. Lockett only had a 4-point spread on him coming into this race. I think that's going to put Andrew back on top of the leaderboard with 2 races left to go in the season if he's able to stretch this thing to a checker.
Still, so yeah, I think it's pretty much Alex's race to lose. Just don't mess up now. I don't think I've ever seen Alex win a race before. And it's always been Andrew that's been doing it.
Yeah, and really, this is one that Alex has definitely earned. I mean, the ones that I've seen him win, he's just it's kind of been like a late race. Where did he come from? Type of a win. And this one here, I mean, he's earning this one for sure.
How he's done that? And he's gained, what, he's up 7 spots from where he qualified to, so it's not like he qualified up front. He's had to drive his way up here.
Yep. Saying that Andrew recovering from him, from starting from pit road for whatever reason that was.
I'm not sure what that was about. Odd to see.
I don't know either. We'll have to talk to him there if he's got enough fuel to make it to the checker to be a good interview here. We'll have to talk to him about it, see what happens.
Well, I think I'm gonna go on board here with Alex. See what the throttle's like. He's still full throttle. Neither of them are clutching, so evidently they've got fuel to the end.
So coming to the white flag here.
Looks like it was just kind of, when do they pit? When do we try to run it? So I mean, it looks like some guys just made the wrong decision in the end.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, I mean, this is what these Tefs do, man. They are really good at saving fuel. I'm hearing Andrew saying I'm going to be sputtering here a little bit coming to the line. Alex Teff picking up the win here from Kansas.
Yeah, I did not see that. I mean, that was strategy being played, but Alex definitely, I mean, he's played the right one, evidently.
Absolutely. I did not see this. I didn't see it coming out or being a fuel strategy race. Like I said, I was talking to some guys before the race, and, they were all, 35 laps, so we could go 35-70 and be good to the end. But, I mean, wow. It's surprising that it worked out the way that it has. See if Alex has got enough left in the tank to do a burnout here.
See if he does. He's still under power, I think. Nope, he might be out now. I think he's out. Is he? He went into 5th. No, we still got fuel. Thought he was out for a minute.
Burning it down. Then with that second place finish there, I believe Andrew is going to take over the overall points lead here with 2 races left in the playoffs. And next week, man, it's anybody's race. Next week, we go to Talladega. Go to Daiga.
See what can Heft and then Ode third, but bring in the 3rd place driver. Let me pull up the results here. We'll bring in, that's qualifying. Let me drag Richard Ode in here if he's in the room. There he is. I came into this. Hey, Richard, this is Bryson Russell in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
And so you come home third. What was the whole what was the strategy of that race for some people? Some people three pit, some people two pit. So I mean, how did you have to run this race?
I kind of actually had a speeding penalty, so I decided to come and kind of top off on with one to go, and it kind of ended up working out for me, just the way the race went green from there, that it allowed me to kind of run one more lap each run, and that's ultimately what kind of made the difference because I ran out on the back straightaway after the checkered flag.
Yeah. So how? No, I guess this is kind of a good question here. So how were tires? Because it seemed like everybody was running the high line and then would burn them off. So how did people have to run it? Because it seemed like some of them just were cooking tires, evidently.
Yeah, I kind of ran the bottom most of the race. I kind of had a pretty steady line throughout. I kind of had a plan of how much I wanted to run each lap throttle wise, so I wasn't really burning the tires off even at the end of the run. But again, it was kind of in part the fuel saving. I don't like running the high line. I know it's quicker a lot of the times, but you just burn your tires out super quick.
Yeah. So did you feel like that was only a passing line when you had to get around somebody?
Yeah, it seemed like that would be the only time I would go up there, and a lot of the times I wasn't even having to really go up there. Maybe on restarts to kind of get a run off the corner seemed like that's when I would really want to try and push it up there. But for a lot of the times, I was trying to stay away from there.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like that was kind of the like, hey, let's just not run it. But how has the season gone for you so far here?
It's gone pretty well. Last two races, fifth and a third, you can't really complain too much, especially with the way this race started and kind of getting at the 92 hit the wall, and I kind of was trying to miss them, so I ended up going through the grass and then speeding on pit road. It just kind of the way the cautions fell kind of actually benefited me the most. So just capitalizing on the most of every opportunity.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Oh, just all my friends and family that always come out and watch. It's always a pleasure, and it's good to put a good race on for them. And the Bass Pro Shops, Martin Truex Jr., Sherry Strong Foundation car looked good again this tonight, and I love having those colors on the car each week.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go. Good job coming home third tonight, man.
All right, thanks guys, I appreciate it.
Richard O, the third place driver. We'll bring the second place driver and Andrew Teft. Hey, Andrew, this is Bryson Russell in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you.
And so you come home just a little bit short. But, how did the race go for you overall, though? And did you miss the start?
Yeah, I did some equipment changes today, and my shifter paddles were acting kind of funny, so I decided I better fix that before I start the race, before I have a bigger problem, and just kind of sacrifice my I think I was P2, sacrifice that and start on pit road, but figured there'd be a yellow at some point. It turns out that the one yellow that we had put us into that uh, I don't know, just like that crazy fuel window. Um, I didn't have my clutch set up today because I was moving stuff around all day, so couldn't use that. It was just I just had to lift and run the bottom and try to utilize whatever draft I could find.
Yeah. So how was, running the So, what lines did you think people had to run? Because it looked like early on people tried to run the high line, and then they were okay, and then they cooked him off after that. So, what was the trade off with that there?
If I was running full speed, I felt like if I wrapped the bottom, it saved the tires, and I was able to start chasing those guys down at the end of the fuel run. Um, Yeah, top line, like the very top, like Kyle Larson line, I didn't find a lot of speed up there. Yeah, and it's just about the dirty air, really trying to go where the car in front of you isn't, so you don't lose the nose.
Yeah, so did you feel like that was kind of a line that was, hey, we have to go up there and make that a passing line more than anything else?
I felt like I did most of my passing off the bottom of two. I was just able to get a really good straight launch from the bottom there, and um, I don't know, maybe I'm the wrong person to ask because I just kind of uh, ran the Kevin Harvick bottom feeder line the whole race.
Yeah, that was definitely what you seem to have run. But when did you make the decision that you were going to two stop this race? Because we saw people three stop it. So was that early on in the race that you said, okay, I'm just going to not go down pit road? I mean, when did you make that choice to just two stop instead?
I saw that I was able to do about 41 laps on fuel, and the run that we were going to have, I think, was 84 laps. So I thought maybe I could save a couple laps over the course of the runs, and even though I didn't have my clutch, I was able to do that. Um, I had better draft in that second run than I did at the start because I had to start from the pits there. So I think I got some better fuel mileage uh, later in the race than I did at the start.
Yeah, so now what was going through your head, especially coming towards the end, knowing that you were pretty close to Alex there at the end, but just fell up a little bit short. Did you think you'd be able to catch him, or what was going through your head at that like moment?
For me, I just had to run my pace. I kind of lost their draft a little bit and lost that advantage. I thought maybe if I drafted a bit longer, I could get to a point where I could race without running out, but I was doing all I could just to sputter across the line there.
Well, man, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, I want to say congrats to Alex. I think he was able to go one lap further than me on that final pit stop, so I knew he'd be able to race harder than I could. So congrats to him. That's cool. Interesting points battle. I think Zach and I are only separated by 1 point now, with 2 races to go. So that'd be fun. Looking forward to racing him. And I want to thank our servicemen and women. I, if I said you guys in the booth yet, but you guys in the booth, uh, friends, family, team, and if you're interested in checking us out, just head on over to racerselite.com. You can find all of our info there.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. Good job coming home second tonight, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Andrew Teth, the second place driver. We will bring in the race winner, and Alex Teft. Hey, Alex, this is Bryson. Russell in the booth got a copy, man.
Yeah, I got you.
And I don't think I've ever interviewed you before, but you come home with the win. You qualified eighth. How did the race go for you overall there? And when did you make that decision that you were going to two stop instead of pitting for a third time?
The race just went good overall. Really just focused on staying on the bottom, saving the tires, and uh, the line and just the way I was running it kind of just naturally saved the fuel I needed. I didn't really have to save that hard. I was just kind of letting off early and letting it really roll to the center before I got back on. Um, Also seemed to help kind of get a decent run off the corner and didn't really scrub off a lot of speed by sliding up the track nearly as much. So yeah, no, mainly just I knew that Andrew was going to try to make it, so and I pit one lap after him, so I knew if I just maintained a gap and kept doing what I was doing, that I should have been able to hold on, and I did.
And, so how close were you on fuel there at the end? Were you close, or were you?
I crossed the line with a .4 left.
I was gonna say because I had it because when you went to do your burnout, you were coasting. I was like, I think he's out now because I knew it had to have been close, but how does it feel getting a win here, especially over your brother?
Feels extra good when I beat him because usually the 1-2 finishes he has the upper hand in those, but yeah, um, 'cause I think the last time I've one other win here in next gen, and that was a Green-White-Checker where I took 2 tires in the pits and came out in front and held onto it. So feels this win feels a lot more earned than that one.
Yeah, definitely. Some wins are like, I can't believe I won that, but the other wins are like, please end this race. Just just get it over with, so I can get so you can win it. So it's definitely was a nerve wracking thing. We were trying to figure out, can you make it? Because I mean, we thought tires were going to wear out, but how big of a factor were tires? Because people seemed like they were cooking them early in the run, and then after that they were kind of like staying towards the bottom. So how did you manage that?
Yeah, just mainly staying on the bottom. I knew if I had to run the high side to get around somebody, I knew I just couldn't stay up there very long. It seemed like the people that were strictly running the high lane, after a good 15, 20 laps, you could definitely see that they were struggling to, you know, get to the corners and stuff like that. It seemed like they were getting a little tight, losing the grip.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, and definitely want to thank you guys in the Races Elite booth, network booth, for putting on the broadcast, and thank Elite Self Races Elite. Got to the old Planet Express Toyota Camry in Victory Lane, thanks to a paint scheme from Kensley and KS Designs. Reach out to him for your paint needs. And then thank my friends, the viewers that watch all the time, and my wife.
And well, I will let you go. Good job coming home with the win tonight, man.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Was Alex Teft the race winner? So top 5 was Alex Teft, Andrew Teft, Ode, Hoke, and Eisbren comes in 5th. How was that race from your point of view, Russ? Because it seemed like that was kind of a interesting, like choice was to run high then run low. You could 3-stop or you could 2-stop it. So it just varied overall.
Yeah, I mean, for me, this race can be summed up in one word, and that's confusing, because I've never seen a race here at Kansas kind of play out the way that it did here tonight. I mean, like I said, just from the pure aspect of how these cars were getting around here tonight, not really getting those runs off the top side, kind of having to bottom feed, and that's kind of really unusual for this layout of a racetrack, and not even just Kansas. I mean, any track that's got like this cookie cutter mile and a half, uh, design. That top side usually always gets those stronger runs. You can use them to your advantage on trying to make the passes, and it just tonight was not working. And you tie that in with that fuel strategy, the excess tire wear. I mean, it's that type of a race here at Kansas that I've just never seen. So I was super confused throughout the whole thing, trying to figure out what was going on and what was going on in these drivers' minds. But interesting nonetheless. And the Tef boys got it done, able to save that fuel, coming home with not even a lap left of fuel. So I mean, somehow they always figure out how to get it done when it comes to fuel saving. They got it done again here tonight.
That was the first time I had seen Alex Teft win a race. It's always been Andrew, his brother, that was winning. So it was cool to see you there. But it definitely was weird to see tires and fuel there play a big factor in the end. I was thinking that maybe they're going to be close, maybe they're going to pit again. But I mean, evidently they were able to stretch it just enough. But I'm not going to keep you here any longer, so I will let you all go. But it was definitely a pretty interesting race to watch there. But I will see you all next Thursday, and I believe Russ, you'll be here next Thursday, won't you?
Oh yeah, man, it's Daga. We can't miss no Daga.
All right. Well, I will let you all go now.